UN officials have issued a statement in a Detroit standoff. They say that water shutoffs at Detroit homes due to overdue bills violates international human rights. Detroit's water utility issued 46,000 shutoff notices in May and cut services to 4,500 customers over the past few weeks. The water department says 90,000 active customers are behind at least 2 months, and they owe about $90 million. Activists and some lawmakers complain that mass shutoffs are leaving poor people at risk. Many of them are urging the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights to get involved. Joining us from Detroit is Maureen Taylor, the chairperson of the Michigan Welfare Rights Organization, which advocates on behalf of low and middle income people. Thank you so much for being here with us, Maureen. I do appreciate it.
It is very exciting and a wonderful moment that I'm here.
Oh, you're so kind to say that. But, man, this is not kind what's happening in your city. The city says that it's shutting off the water to raise revenue because so many people are supposedly behind on their water bills. What do you think is really going on here?
What I think is that this is an aggressive tactic being engineered by the governor's office and other city mothers and city fathers in an effort to punish those folks that have decided to stay in Detroit while we fight through this declining population.
And of course,
that's what's going on here.
We've been covering what's been happening in Detroit quite a bit here at Arise News, particularly the bankruptcy filing, the installation of the city manager. Can you just talk a little bit about how the demographics of the city has changed over the last decades and how you've ended up in this predicament?
Absolutely. Let me first correct you. We are not a bankrupt city. We are a city that's being bankrupted by banks and their hoochie mama girlfriends that we call corporations. We are being robbed and we are being mistreated. What has happened over the last 10, 12, 15 years, Detroit has gone from a population of about 1.4 to 1.5 million. That's what we used to have. These were factory workers. These were manufacturing workers. They were professional people. There was money involved, resources, and we could pay for a lot of things. Today, there are 717,000 residents, right around that number, living in the city of Detroit. Half of our population has left because these factories, these manufacturing opportunities, these salary jobs have gone away. Technology that used to enhance labor now replaces it. So now we have to do something different. And the way to fix things is certainly not by torturing the 700,000 residents that are left. It's an outrage, and we're not going to accept it.
I know that you hear from these residents on a daily basis. Could you give us a story, an example of someone who's been a victim of this shutoff?
Very quickly, I know a young lady who is one of the most magnificent singers and organ players, piano players I've ever heard. She has 4 little girls. These children are magnificent. She had 2 jobs. She lost them both. She ended up on welfare and didn't want to accept it, and the water got cut off. Protective Services came in, took a look at the circumstances, and took all 4 children, placed 3 of them in foster care, the oldest one, the second one, and the 2 babies went to a 3rd site. It took 18 months for us to fight to get these children back. All the while, the Department of Human Services was paying foster care families $465 per month per child. Her water bill was $1,200. So in 1 month, they've already paid the amount of what the water bill was. It's just madness.
It does sound like madness. And I understand that these decisions for cutoffs are not meted out equally either. There are businesses that are millions of dollars behind in paying their water bills, but yet their water is still running. Is that true?
We've been told that Mike Ilitch, who owns Hockey Town, who owns the Lions, who owns the Tigers, owes upwards of $8 million. When we contact the water department to find out, why are you not harassing this man that has all this money? They tell us he is disputing the bill. Well, Ms. Johnson is disputing her bill too. You know, and what it is corporations are a persona non grata. They're gracious, but they don't go after them. What they go after are the mom and pops, the blue-collar workers that are insisting that fair play happen. It's absolutely wrong.
I know that you are a part of a grassroots organization to come up with a plan to, in effect, subsidize the water bill so that people could keep their water. Tell us about that plan and what happened to it.
The water affordability plan was put together in 2005, 2006, and 2007. It took us 2.5 years with Welfare Rights, Central United Methodist Church, Poverty Law Center, Michigan Legal Services. There was a very, very large coalition, a number of labor groups and whatnot, lawyer groups and whatnot. And it took us 2.5 years to arrive at a program that would manage payments for everybody in the city of Detroit in perpetuity. The last few minutes, the last few sections of that document, we called a man by the name of Roger Colton. He's an attorney in Boston, and asked him would he come and put the finishing touches on it. He did. We got it approved by the council. We got it approved by the mayor. We got it approved by the water department. Then it sat on Victor Mercado's desk, who at that time was the director of water and sewage. It just sat there. Victor Mercado today, as he used to be the director, now he's known as inmate 007369. Nothing has happened since we were able to give him that document, and no one has been able to put it forward. There is a plan. We have a plan today. We don't have to live like this.
Do you think that plan is the answer to the crisis that the city is in right now? Or what would you say in the short term the city should do about providing basic services like water to all of its citizens?
Absolutely. The United Nations has declared this a human rights and an international law violation, and we concur. What needs to happen immediately is that all low-income families, moderate-income families that have not been able to pay water bills because they don't have the money, those services should be reconnected today, tonight for sure. In the short term, that's what should happen. The next thing we would ask for is that the mayor, and he looks like he might be a decent person, we want the mayor to get that water affordability plan dusted off, and let's look at what we need to do to get it implemented immediately. This is not unique to just the city of Detroit. There are populations all over the country that are moving and migrating because people are looking everywhere for employment opportunities. Again, technology that used to enhance labor now replaces it. So what are we going to do with all of these people that cannot find jobs again? The thing that we don't do, and for sure we don't do it in Michigan, we don't turn off water where there are men and women and children. We just don't do that.
Before I let you go, Maureen, is there anything that you would like to tell our viewers about the city of Detroit? There's been a lot of bad news that have made the headlines nationwide over the last several years, quite frankly. What is it that you want us to know about your city?
I would explain and ask you to share with my brothers and sisters across the nation, these are lies, these stereotypes that are directed toward Detroit, that this is a city of African Americans that are stupid, this is a city of Latinos that are stupid. Outside of the Middle East, the largest group of persons from Middle Eastern descent live in this city, and they're all stupid. We're all stupid. It's not true. We're intelligent, we're industrious, we're honest, they're hardworking. We don't have the kind of problems that other people have, but we're in trouble now because we're being set upon by banks and corporations. And again, we're not going to settle for this.
Maureen Taylor, you are a powerful representative for your city. Thank you so
Come
much
to
for
Detroit,
your time.
you're welcome.
I would love to. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. You take care.